Bitcoin today on the daily chart, we're going to look at support and resistance levels. We're going to see if we can, be possibly in a sustainable turnaround to the upside, or is this just temporary? We're going to look at both sides of the fence and let you decide for yourself. No one knows what's going to happen, so all we can do is look at the charts, look at history, and maybe get a glimpse into what is the possibilities moving forward. So if you like the video today, give us a thumbs up. If you want more content than what you see here on YouTube, more help in the markets, try Telegram, all linked below. Let's go ahead and check it out. So look at the drop, right? A lot of sell volume, although not quite as significant as we've had in previous times. This is the volume on the bottom here, if you're unfamiliar. Now look at the volume coming in, the buying volume. See the capitulation wick here, the long wick? When you have a long wick to the upside, or to the downside, excuse me, you have a lot of people pushing you to the upside. A lot of buyers are coming into the market and buying that said dip. Okay, so what did we notice about this kind of formation and with our moving averages? So all of these moving averages, this is the 21 in the yellow. These are all exponential. The 50 in the green, the 100 in the blue, and the 200 in the red. Well, look at the way they're forming up right now. See how the blue is just touching the red? At the same time, we're getting a kind of a pump here. Have we seen this before? Look right over here. The blue is touching the red. At the same time, we're getting a pump after a bottom of, a little bit of a sell volume and 3 or 4 candles in a row green. At the same time, the moving averages are looking quite similar, no? So are we getting ready to turn around and do something like this? Well, it's certainly a possibility. I don't know if it's the odds-on favorite, but what do we need to be looking for in order to, start putting the odds in our favor of a sustainable rally to the upside? I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look-see. Let's put on our clear resistance level that we need to, get above, close above, maintain support. Step 1 is the 21-day EMA, right? We haven't been able to get above it, sustainably since basically the past roughly 90 days since the November started the downtrend here, right? So step 1, clear that. Let's get above the 21-day EMA. We tried to back in December. No such luck back to the upside, because once you start holding it as support, you need to lift off and create some separation, right? So once you get above it, to come back, hold it as support, and then continue to separate from it, right? You want to use that as support as you're bouncing back up the stairs. We have not been able to do that so far since November, the downtrend started. So step 1, close above that. If we do that today, which is, obviously a pretty big step today, 40,600, this will, day over day come down a little bit. So we'll have to check on this as a daily kind of update. And once we start doing that, if we can close above it, that's step 1. Step 2, we have a massive resistance level coming up right around, where is it? Well, it's right around this level. Okay, see the previous support, we broke it. It will likely act as resistance. You might say, well, that was only like kind of 2 areas. Oh, really? Let's go back and look at more. Let's see how many times we've interacted with this level. Going back just a year or so. There's one, right? Resistance, not much there, right? Resistance though, right here. Resistance though, right here. Support though, right here. Support though, right here. So on a trend line or resistance support levels, the more interaction you have with that level, the more key it's going to be. And I would say somewhere between, 40,500 to 41,000 is going to be key resistance. At the same time, we could be interacting with this, the 21-day. So these will be 2 big steps for Bitcoin. This is what we want to look for to have a sustainable rally to the upside, like we had from July all the way to September, right? That's if we want to do that again, these are the steps we need to take to get there. We want to see volume continuing coming in. At the same time, we're getting this rally. We want to take out the 21-day EMA. We do not want to get rejected. Last time we tried it, back in January 20th, we got rejected right at it. Right before, we haven't been able to close above it or even really close even anywhere close to it, right? We've wicked up to it, but we haven't closed anywhere close to that 21-day in quite some time. So let's go look at some indicators. So our RSI, right? What do we notice about, back in, September, July, right? We're comparing the moving averages, right? Let's move this away. And, right, remember the moving averages, how they're looking very similar to where they were back in July. So how were our indicators looking back then? Well, look at the RSI and the stochastic, right? The RSI is here, stochastic is here. At the same time we're pumping here, they're looking pretty similar, right? Look how low they are. Almost exact same levels. However, there's a blatant difference is that we got dramatically oversold here. We went down to 19 on the daily RSI for Bitcoin. So way too many sellers, not enough buyers. And so I would argue that this even looks, maybe even more prime for a pump than we did back here, right? We weren't even oversold in the RSI back here. At the same time, look at the stochastic, right? Almost nothing. How about now? Well, yeah, a few days ago, it was almost nothing. Now we're getting a bounce to the upside, Momentum's kicking in. The RSI is getting stronger, right? Raising up. Okay, look at the ADX and the I back then, right? Separation, bears on top, bulls on the bottom, and we started to cross it up. That's what we want to be looking for. The ADX and the I, the orange, right? The bears, is the ADX up here, right? Still strong with the bears. The red is the bears, the green is the bulls. We need to close this gap, right? We need to do something like we did back in July, right? Look at this gap. See how wide the mouth is? And we closed up, the bulls cross, and the ADX continues to follow the strength. The ADX is your strength or your move. So this is what we want to be watching for the next, days at a time. Going in, close out January. I would love February 1st to have a bullish cross here, and then we can be more convinced of a sustainable rally to the upside. But until we do all of these things, it could just be a relief rally for sure. We have some important news coming out. Depending on when you're watching this, it's about 3.5 hours from now, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We can start getting some news rolling in. The Fed's going to speak about interest rates. The economy, the U.S. economy could have a big impact on markets. Only, in my opinion, only if something is, not expected, right? If it's to be announced that there's a slight rate hike increase, that's already priced in, right? If we already know what news is coming, the anticipation of the sell-off, that's what the sell-off is for, right? Everyone thinks we're, starting to announce rate hikes. Okay, whatever. Based on the charts, we're just oversold, right? So I don't think any of this action with Bitcoin has necessarily anything to do with the news that's coming. However, if something, a bombshell is dropped, then yeah, I would say there could be some shakeups in the markets, but only on the bombshells. Okay, so hopefully this helped you. If it did, let me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, follow us on Telegram. Crypto Fear and Greed Index. We're still in extreme fear. We could stay down here for a while. However, we did get a little bit of a bounce, right? And, as long as prices continue today, maybe we come back up to the highest we've been in basically all of 2022 so far. So we'll see where this ends up tomorrow. Quote of the day. What do you hang on the walls of your mind? I don't know. What do you hang? This picture for right now, Bitcoin's on my mind often. A lot of Bitcoin paintings in there. All right, car of the day, by request. Someone left a comment, wanted to see this yesterday, so here you go. Surprise. Jaguar XJ220, one of the rarest supercars ever made. Classic collector's item now. Good luck trying to find one of those. Back in the 90s, are you kidding me? This is like way ahead of its time. Love it. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Just joke of the day, it's random. I'll see you. Goodbye.